Is this thing on?
Yeah.
Tell you a little about myself. Okay, so this is me. I don't know if you know this, but I'm kind of a big deal. Wasn't always this way though. Humble beginnings. Humble beginnings. I grew up on a farm in Lancaster County, South Carolina. My father, a poor Irish immigrant, died just weeks before my birth. I had little to no formal education whatsoever, but that didn't stop me. Just as any man can, I took the adversity I was given and turned it into success through pure hard work and dedication. I read every law book I could find, and by 1828, I was elected President of the United States of America. Quite a remarkable story, I know. Alas, for quite a while there, life was very miserable for me. Both my brothers died, followed by my mother, and I guess you could say I blame most of my problems on the Brits. Things started looking up around 1815. Those Brits didn't stand a chance against tough old Hickory. They had me captured as a prisoner for a while there. That didn't work out too well. Freaking Brits captured me. How do I get out of this?
My shoes are looking a little bit dirty. I think I'm gonna go get a prisoner to shine them up a bit. Shine my shoes! Go a donkey!
Anyway, wiped the floor with them in the Battle of New Orleans. Became a bit of a national hero. Then came 1824. Hi, I'm Henry Clay. You might know me as the Great Compromiser, or as Jackson's nemesis. Wow, I hate that guy. I guess I'm here to talk about King Jackson, right? Well, the best part about him is that I destroyed his first attempt at presidency. It was pretty easy, actually. That's my good friend John Quincy Adams. That's me shaking his hand. We were the greatest and sneakiest team in history, let me tell you. Here's what went down. Johnny and Andy tied in the electoral votes in the election of 1824. So the House of Representatives had to choose one of them to be president. Since they're so easily influenced, and I'm so persuasive, I could sway them any way I wanted. Johnny promised me that if I swayed them in his direction, he'd make me Secretary of State. I kept my promise, as any great man should, and Johnny became the 6th president instead of that devil Jackson.
Don't they call it the corrupt bargain?
No? Well, yeah, they do, but Jackson didn't deserve it.
Is it true that you initiated an entire political party solely in opposition of Jackson?
Yep, he deserved that too. Okay, so, on to 1828. The South freaks out over the Tariff of Abominations. Ooh, it's so high, it'll damage our industry. Lower it. So in 1832, I lower it, but of course, no, it's still too high. South Carolina and that wretched Vice President John C. Calhoun start talking nullification. Like, okay, I'm gonna let some state nullify a federal law and secede from the Union.
Loving you well, times are good and bad, happy and sad. Come on,
South Carolina, and anyone who doubted my power, yeah, I'm enforcing this bill whether you like it or not.
Oh, baby, let's stay together.
Something had to be done. Jackson was too busy flexing his presidential powers as usual to actually preserve the Union. As always, the great compromiser came to the rescue. My compromise tariff of 1833 finally brought about significant tariff change. Sure, the Southerners still weren't ecstatic, but it put an end to South Carolina's moves towards nullification and Jackson's brilliant force bill.
Okay, maybe my actions didn't really help with the whole stop nullification and cessation deal, but on the bright side, John C. Calhoun resigned.
And now, a brief commercial interruption from our sponsor, The Trail of Tears.
Hey, welcome to my vlog. We're gearing up to depart from Georgia right now. Let's meet the guys.
Hello, I am Nanak, and I am pissed. We're about to leave our ancestral lands because some clown named John Marshall couldn't enforce his decision. What a...
Excuse my friend. You might make it seem like we're a bunch of frontier savages, but we're just a civilized people. Here, meet Sequoia.
Hi, it's a pleasure to meet you. They call me George, and I came up with the first Cherokee alphabet in 1821, so I guess you could say I'm pretty respected.
Blah, blah, blah. None of it matters anymore because they won't believe that we're civilized people and they're kicking us off our lands, and now we're going to some desolate land in the middle of nowhere, and now it's time to leave.
So, what are you thinking about the campaign?
I don't need to campaign. You're a terrible president anyway. All you do is use our money to gamble.
At least I didn't marry an already married woman.
Don't talk about Rachel. At least I have a wife. All you do is hang with prostitutes. And so began one of the worst mudslinging elections in history. Naturally, I won in 1828. No one could stand his elitist ways anymore. It was time for the rise of the common man. Ah, yes. The question I'm sure you've been waiting to ask. Why do I hate it so much? Isn't it obvious? The National Bank is a monopoly of the wealthy. Nicholas Biddle favors the rich, while the poor can hardly get a loan to get their feet off the ground. It's terrible. So it's set to expire in 1832, right? I'm getting pretty pumped, and then Henry Clay comes out of nowhere trying to recharter it. Naturally, I vetoed it, but that wasn't enough for me. I wasn't going to stop until that bank was pulverized and smashed into the ground underneath my feet. So I took all federal funds out of it and redistributed them into local pet banks.
And how did that work out?
The National Bank is a monopoly of the wealthy.
Can you tell us a little about the specie circular? You know, like Panic of 1837. It's almost like your destruction of the bank directly caused the runaway inflation leading to the panic.
I don't know what you're talking about. Can we take a bathroom break?
Where's the food? I'm f***ing hungry!
Nanak, shut up!
A, B, C, D.
So, tell us a little bit about your kitchen cabinet.
Well, I certainly do not approve of such slanderous terms when referring to my advisors. I think it is best to give the office to the person I think is the best fit. So what if the best fit also happens to be my best friend and just so happens to agree with all of my policies? It's good for democracy.
So, Martin, could you tell us a little bit about the election of 1836?
Sure. I guess. I'm really not too good at this stuff. In 1836, I was elected. I defeated William Henry Harrison. That was because I had a lot of help from Andy. I mean, I didn't. I did it all on my own. But I had a lot of help from Andy.
Could you be a little bit more clear?
Let's just say that I got elected in 1836. All on my own.
How do you feel about Van Buren? I don't know how I feel about Van Buren. I mean, he was like smuggled into office. Seems pretty unfair to me. He's such a little puppet. I mean, he literally does whatever President Jackson tells him to do. I feel like Jackson ran for a third term. I feel pretty bad for the guy. I mean, he's just a shyer, weirder clone of Jackson. Now he's got all of his enemies. I don't think he can handle it. He's a pretty lackluster guy.
Yeah, so what if I rigged the nominating commission for Marty? Who cares? It's over. He was great. Well, I was great. He just needed a little push or two. I showed you the guy in the $20 bill. That's me. Why do you think they put me there? I did so many great things. So many. In 1935, I paid off the national debt. All of it. Every single penny. Every bit. Ask Nicholas Biddle about that one.
Yeah, he did pay off the national debt. But did he tell you what happened less than 2 years after that? The entire nation's economy collapsed. Majorly. Severely. From 1837 to 1844. Which left us with only 2 years without a national debt. Which is all fine and good. But 7 years of depression? By the way, during this time, our national debt rose to $3 million. Million? How do I know all this, you ask? Well, I'm a banker, and a very brilliant one at that. And I could have helped Jackson out a little bit and maybe prevented this depression from happening if he didn't close down my national bank. If he didn't crush it with his corrupt, royal power.
Biddle, I got rid of the debt. All of it. Only time in history this has ever happened.
But it was so short.
All of it, Biddle.
But my bank.
Your bank, nothing. My bank. I closed it down. I paid off the national debt. I'm the best president this country has ever seen.
I made it! I made it to here. Nanak is dead. Sequoia's dead. Dakota's dead. Elsa, Pahana, and Wanagiska, they're all dead. But I'm here, and I'm alive! Where is here exactly? I wish I could tell you. I can't. I'm hungry. I'm thirsty. I'm gonna give this land a name. I proclaim it Oklahoma!
What are you doing? There's no Wi-Fi here. There's nothing here. I hate Jackson.
Rapid fire questions? Sure.
What's your favorite food?
Pancakes.
Where were you born?
In a log cabin. First president to do so, might I add.
People say you've been in quite a few duels. Is this true?
I mean, it was only 1, 2. It was 103, but hey, I only killed in one of them, so that's all that counts.
Tell me about your pets.
Oh yeah, I've got a parrot. His name's Pole, you know, like the Poles. He's hilarious. He curses all the time.
What's the craziest thing that's ever happened to you?
My inaugural party got so wild, I had to escape through a window.